Okay, so we have a really bad video to make today. Essentially, I had a friend come up to me today and say they got perm banned, which, not that uncommon in this game. A lot of people get perm banned because they do stupid things. They cross trade in random servers or they scam or that kind of stuff. That's what we expect. So, this guy got a duped item, duped S grade, and got banned for it. His banned message is received. So you would say the logical thing is that, okay, he must have traded for an S grade dupe knowingly, and the moderators have proof that he knew it was a dupe. Which, in that case, if you're one of the people that got a S grade Divine Shadow for 100 mil or 50 mil or one gem, well, obviously it's a dupe. You shouldn't be trading that off because something's wrong there. So, if it's that kind of situation, great. Yes, he should be perm banned. He should be IP banned. If it's a duper, great. Perm ban them, IP ban them. But this is just ridiculous because I'll get into it. But essentially, he got banned for getting a duped item and trading it off. Now, here's the problem. As players, we have two tests for dupes. The first test is enchanting. If you got an S grade Divine Shadow with Win 3 and it was a dupe, the old theory was for previous dupe issues, if you want an enchanted wind off of it, if it's a dupe, it'll auto delete. Because I guess something like the item ID is checked whenever you enchant. So that used to delete old dupes. From what I heard, they used scripts to create old dupes. I don't know I don't know if that's correct or if that's how they created now, but they somehow scripted in S grade dupes. And then when you enchanted, it would check the item ID and it would be the same item ID as another item, so it would be deleted. Now, the issue is these dupes survive that check, so that they must have a different item ID or something. So that test doesn't work. The other test was if I have an S grade Divine Shadow Win 3 that's duped and I trade it to my friend and they trade it back, generally it's supposed to be deleted. So from what we know, there's something like an item ID check whenever you trade it to another person as well. Those are the only ways we know how to check for dupes in the community. Maybe someone else knows another method, but that's all I've ever heard. The problem is that method doesn't work on these dupes either. So there is no way to knowingly tell you have a dupe. So you can't say that anyone is at fault because, for all intents and purposes, it's a real item. And all of the tests we know don't work. So there's no way as players to, in good faith, trade off an item now because anything can be a dupe. There is no way for us to tell, and there's no way to figure it out. So if you trade anything for an S grade and it's duped and you trade it off, you're getting perm banned. Now, for proof, here's Ghosty. Ghosty is also one of the mods. And if you want proof that this isn't a Photoshop thing, this is the Ghosty in Deathball, which, again, this is the actual mod for people who know her. Here, let's see if I can. Okay, I can't find her thing. So, mutual friends, the member date, off of this alone, you can check member since December 9th, 2020. You can go look at her thing in the server and find it. Here, I'll just do it so there's no questions about it. Here. So, looking at Ghosty. So, this is the real Ghosty. So, here. And then opening up here. This is the real Ghosty. So, this is from an actual mod. And I'm doing that just to prove that it's not photoshopped or anything. This is the actual Ghosty. So, anyone that gets a duped sword is banned. Just, if you trade it off, you're banned. There's no exceptions. And that's just not something we can deal with. And I got her permission to use this in a video also, just to make it easy. For King, I didn't because I had a friend send it to me, and I kind of need that for this video. But again, don't give the mods any hate. Soul Purpose and Ghosty are two people I know personally, and they're friends. They both know about this, and I'm sure both of them are not happy about how this is being handled. Whoever's behind the policy is the one that's the problem. because this makes trading completely impossible and unplayable. Because I can never go trade for an S grade now with a risk of losing everything. And I could trade on an alt account, but that doesn't work either because you could get IP banned for trading on your alt. So it just this doesn't work. There's no way in hell you can play the game now. So this isn't a fun video to have to make, but the problem is also the main thing I've been talking about as far as dupes go is the S grade Divine Shadow dupe, which everyone's probably heard about by now, but the people who did the S grade Divine Shadow dupes haven't been handled as far as what I've heard. And there's multiple people that know. They have not banned whoever is doing the dupes yet, off of what I've heard. So this is still an ongoing thing. But also now, with moderation changing their policy to basically blaming players for getting dupes, if the dupers switch to duping S grade Spirit Scythe, S grade Cursed Spirit Blade, all that kind of stuff, the cheap ones, so CSB, War, um, Wrath, all those, you're now at fault for just trading in general. And I've bought S grades recently, like the cheap ones. So I could easily have traded for a dupe because, this has never been a policy that they've had an issue with. And previously, the main goal for dupers was just to make a lot of money or make a lot of gems because they would cross trade the items or, do that kind of crap. Or they would try to get a ton of gems and then go buy what they actually want that isn't duped. So the problem is now with moderation changing policy, mods are allowing dupers to get people perm banned. If one of the dupers decides to start duping small items now, so S grade CSB, Spirit, etc., now they can get a ton of the community perm banned because the moderators are blaming people for trading for dupes when it should be moderators are supporting people and protecting them from the dupes. So you need to be rolling back the S grades. So obviously, if it's a dupe, revert the trade. It isn't a big deal. And then if someone knowingly traded for a dupe, great, ban them. That's fine. It's that innocent people are going to be hit, and there's no way to avoid it. So this needs to be fixed. I'm hoping this starts a little bit of a riot or a flame in the community where people say this is stupid and we, all quit together because we physically can't trade safely now because of moderation. So again, don't give the mods a hard time, don't be a pain for them. I'm friends with some of them, like don't be a pain. We want this to be fixed, but the mods are on our side. So, I'm just saying this so we don't get people being a pain in the ass for them. I'm not saying I don't want people to be a pain for them, but we need this policy fixed to play the game. And we can't play the game until this is fixed. So, just keep it like constructive and, try to make this so we get it fixed and we don't have this issue. That's all that matters. So, but I did want to cover this. As far as dupes go, I again, they haven't been handled yet, so I would just avoid trading entirely until this is dealt with. I've quit trading. I recommended everyone in my clan quit trading, so this is just going to be a mess. And my old recommendation of, take a video of your inventory, take a screenshot of your inventory, this isn't going to help you. If you trade for a dupe, you're viewed as at fault now. So moderation is no longer helping us. They're against us trading, kind of. Which is not a fun video to make, but that's the state we're at. So I would just say quit or play something else or do AFK aura until this is fixed or play the main game, but trading is completely dead. And there's no exception. There's no way I can recommend you go around it. There's no way to avoid it. But yeah, that's it for today. So have a good one.